filling in the gap between episodes 4, A New Hope, and 5, The Empire Strikes Back. We're here discussing Marvel Comics Chewbacca, issue number 5. Zorro and Chewbacca were captured on the surface by a squad of stormtroopers, and have been taken to the Imperial Star Destroyer in orbit above their planet. However, Zorro and Chewbacca have managed to free themselves, and have incapacitated their captors prior to reaching the hangar bay of the Imperial ship. They are met by an Imperial commander, who feels that he has the upper hand, but Chewbacca makes quick work of his troopers. The commander is willing to pay attention to what Zorro has to say. Zorro convinces the commander that Jom is actually a rebel. She claims that there is no mining operation, that it was all a ruse to get in the Empire's good graces, but that he's actually smuggled a pile of explosives on board inside his astromech droid. Just then, Jom arrives in the hangar just in time for the explosions to go off. Jom and the commander make it into the elevators as the hangar force field is disabled. Chewbacca and Zorro hang on for dear life, hoping not to get sucked into the void of space. Chewbacca manages to swing them far enough to land inside a TIE fighter. A funny exchange takes place between the two, which includes Zorro questioning Chewbacca's ability to fly a ship, given the condition of his crash-landed fighter on the surface. But she quickly realizes that this was not a smart move, as Chewbacca is obviously a skilled pilot. They manage to make it safely back to the planet's surface. She walks Chewbacca back to his ship, where she asks what was so important that Chewbacca was carrying around. Just then, he places a medal around her neck, a medal he was probably awarded after the Battle of Yavin, as it is similar to those placed around Han and Luke's necks. Chewbacca insists that he has to go, and he and Zorro embrace as they go their separate ways. On the Star Destroyer, Jom is trying to convince the Imperial officer that Zorro and Chewbacca were the ones lying, that he was telling the truth this whole time. However, the Imperial commander did not believe that the girl and the Wookiee would be capable of such a scheme, and chooses to believe her story instead. He leaves Jom in a cell with an Imperial interrogation droid as they make a journey to the nearest Imperial base to repair their hyperdrive, a trip which will take weeks. As the issue closes, we see Chewbacca arriving at his destination, his home planet of Kashyyyk. He gives a Wookiee bandolier to a young child, presumably the child of the fallen warrior. Chewbacca knows he must continue to fight, and we see the Millennium Falcon come to collect him from the end of his journey. This arc gives us a deeper look into Chewbacca's personality, much more than we are able to see through the films. We watch as he grapples with slavery and the memory of the horrors he faced with his fellow Wookiees. We also get a look at Kashyyyk, a planet we know to be under the control of the Empire, but not so much so at this time that Chewbacca can't manage to get in and out safely. Only time will tell if the story of the bandolier that he dropped off will gain a life of its own, or if it just serves to reinforce Chewbacca's sense of honor and duty. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with all the insight and analysis found here at Star Wars The Canon Explained. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Leave your comments and questions about this story or any elements of the Star Wars canon below. Till next time, may the Force be with you.